Assalamu alaikum. In the previous video, I explained about how to install the Express server and run it. In this video, I am going to talk about the folder structure of this server. Here we can see that we have dist folder, node modules, source folder, uploads folder, then env file, getignore file, package.json. Just you need to know about the dist folder, source folder, and upload folders and env file. In this dist folder, all of these element will be compiled as a JavaScript inside the dist folder. When you will host this server, then the project will run from this server, this dist folder. You don't need to touch this dist folder. Then we have the node modules. Inside the node modules, how many packages we have installed that are given. Here we have installed this package Axios bcrypt cloudinary course.env express, then express rate limit, helmet, image bb uploader, json web token, mongoose, malter, node mailer, nodemon, paypal, ssl commerce, and typescript. Here you will find those mongodb, then course.env, now I will explain about the .env. In this .env file, we have the port number, database URL. This is the localhost database URL. You can use the cloud URL. Here you will be at the username, password, database name. Then we have implement JWT authentication. This is our access token secret. You can add according to your own. For mail configuration, we have the mail host, mail port, username, password. And payment gateway, we have implemented SSL commerce. We have to use this. Then after successful payment, this URL will be access. And you can use your front-end URL, success, cancel, fail. If you want to configure the Stripe, then you can give the Stripe secret key. Then PayPal, you have to give the client ID and client secret. For hosting your image in the image BB, you have to use the API key. Then if you want to host your image videos or other files into the cloudinary, then you have to do the cloud name, API key, and API secret. We have implemented all of this. You just need to call the function. So our source folder contains app folder, then app.ts, server.ts. I will talk about firstly the server.ts. Inside the server.ts, it will connect the database and it will run on the console when database is successfully connected. You don't need to touch this file. You can edit the app.ts if you want. Here we have taken some files. We have import, user route, helmet, order route, controller. I will explain order route later. We have used express. We have used helmet for security policy. We have used uploads for accessing the images from this site. Then we have used the success URL, fail URL. Then we have used the course policy. This is our routes, basic routes. You can add more. When you will run this project, it will show this route, home route. If any route not found, that time it shows that not found. And global error this will handle. Then we have library. We have API response function. Inside this send API response function, we will get the response status code, success message, then data. These are our library function. We will just call when we need. Then we have used cloudinary for deleting the image. This file will help to delete the uploaded file locally. If we want to delete, then it will easily delete by using this function. Then we have middleware. Inside this middleware, we have the verify token. As we have implemented the ZWT, if user is not logged in, then it will show the unauthorized user. If token is missing, that time it will show the unauthorization header missing or invalid. Then we have a modules. Inside the modules, you can add user module, order module, or what you have needed. That all the modules you can add here. Suppose we have added the user module. We have user controller, user interface, user model, user route, user service. First, we have the user interface. This we have those built inside our table. This is our table model. We are creating schema, username, email, password, role. Then we are hashing the password. Then this will create the user table. Then we have the user controller. How can we are creating the user in this way? We have creating the controller create user. Then we are expecting some value from the request body. Then we are inserting those data that we get from the body. Inside the service, we have a create user to DB. In the database, it will save those data. Send API response. This function will send the response 200 status code success true, and the message will be user created successfully, and the result will show. Service we are using for inserting into the database. Here we are inserting into the database. So inside a module, we will have a user module. Module will contain 4 files: interface, model, controller, and service. And orders module, we have the same for interface, model, controller, and route. Inside the order module, we have implemented our payment gateway. Here is our controller. We have implemented SSL commands, just we need to call the function and we need to pass the data. Then it will respond the payment gateway URL. You will get it response from your React or any other framework. If you use, that will redirect to the gateway URL after accessing. Then this is our success URL, success controller. You don't have to touch anything here, just you will change the data. Total amount, you will get the request.body. From request.body you will get the amount. Then transaction ID we are auto generating. Then success URL, fail URL, cancel URL, and you can access it from the request.body. You don't need to touch on the success, fail or cancel. Just you can get the overview when you will open it. You can customize the order pay function inside the order pay function. You can use SSL commands, or as you can use the PayPal or Stripe as you wish. Then I want to show another thing, that where you are uploading our file. Inside the user controller, here we have the file upload. If you want to upload the file locally, just call the photo upload function single file for uploading single file. This is it will get the file path, then it will give the response like this photo URL, and photo will store into the upload folder, photos inside here. Then if you upload multiple photos, then you can try this function, photos upload dot array. How many you want to upload, 5, 4, 3 or anything. If you want to upload file to the image VB, then you can use this function cloud store.single and follow this process. And if you want to upload it to the cloudinary, you can just use this cloud store.single and follow this. For deleting file, you can use this controller delete file data, delete from cloudinary. Then another, we have the sign in option. Here is the sign in user controller. It will take the email and password from the body. After that, it will check from the user database whether it will accept user found or not. It will check the user find or not. You can check with the password also. Just here I am showing it simply. Then it will create the JWT token. In the response, it will get the user data and it will send the token. Then I want to show the middleware, how we are using those. Just module user routes. Here we have verify token middleware. If we use verify token middleware, then user must have to logged into the server, otherwise he cannot access anything. If user login, if we use is admin or is user, then it will check whether user is admin or not. If admin, then he can access those data, else he cannot access those data. And check user role and rate limit. This will shows that the user will access the AI only 5 times or 4 times, whatever you want, you can give that. Check user rate limit where you can find it. Middleware API rate limit. Middleware API rate limit. You can give the limit here. Only one time it will access. If we want to access 5 time window, 5 minute, 20 minute, after 20 minute it will not access. Then 2 hour, 24 hour, 5 day. You can change it here. Window MS. Minute max, how many times you can access it. Those are the pre-built function, and I have built this framework for those users who have the basic knowledge about the Node.js. It will help you to use this framework and install it within few minutes so that you can save your time to set up the project. I hope that you have the basic knowledge, otherwise you cannot understand all of this. And inside the readme we have give the some instruction about how you can install this file. In the tsconfig you don't need to touch this. We have configured the full project. After compilation, all of these inside the dist folder. It will access when you will host this. I hope you have understood all of this, what are the content inside this folder. Thank you.